They say failure is just success in disguise. But when your product flops, when your market completely disappears, when the world seems to leave you behind, success feels like a distant dream.
Twist, twist, twist of fate radio.
In the 1930s, one family-run business in Cincinnati knew that feeling all too well. Their main product was a thick grayish goop. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't fun, but it served a purpose. It cleaned soot from wallpaper. Back then, coal was king. Nearly every home was heated by coal furnaces, and the soot left behind clung to wallpaper like a bad habit. The company's putty was a hit. Sales were steady. Their product was practical and dependable. It did the job. But in the years that followed, something unexpected happened. Coal started disappearing from homes. People switched to cleaner, more efficient heating. Natural gas, oil, and electric furnaces became the norm. And suddenly, that once necessary goop, obsolete. The company watched its customer base shrink. Orders dried up. Retailers stopped calling. The product was no longer a solution. It was a relic. And with no money coming in, the future looked bleak. By the 1950s, bankruptcy loomed. The owners, desperate and nearly out of options, had to either innovate or close up shop. That's when a conversation changed everything. One of the owner's relatives, a nursery school teacher, mentioned that she'd been using the putty in her classroom, not to clean wallpaper, but to entertain the kids. She'd given the dough to her students to shape, mold, and squish, and the kids, they loved it. It was non-toxic, soft, easy to clean, and way more fun than the clay used in most art classes, which was stiff and crumbly. Her students begged for more. At first, the idea seemed absurd. This was wallpaper cleaner, industrial grade, originally developed for soot. But the teacher insisted. There was potential. She urged them to change the formula just slightly. Remove the detergents, add some color, a bit of fragrance, and maybe even market it as a toy. It was a complete rebrand, a total pivot. Well, they took the chance. They softened the recipe, added cheerful colors like yellow, red, and blue, and gave it a child-friendly scent. Then they renamed the product. Something catchy, bouncy, memorable. And in 1956, that goopy old cleaner hit the toy shelves under a brand new identity. The response was immediate. Children loved it. Parents trusted it. Schools wanted it. Within a few years, it was a national sensation. The product, once days away from being discontinued, now filled store aisles and birthday party goodie bags. That repurposed cleaning compound? It was Play-Doh. Since its reintroduction as a toy, more than 3 billion cans have been sold. It's been inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame. It's a household name, and it never would have happened if failure hadn't forced innovation. Play-Doh didn't start with a vision for play. It started as a way to clean soot off wallpaper, a solution to a problem that no longer existed. It was only when everything else stopped working that a spark of creativity revealed a whole new path. The lesson? Sometimes our greatest success doesn't come from what we set out to build, but from how we respond when what we have built falls apart. This has been Twist of Fate Radio. I'm Angela Clark. Until next time, remember, sometimes the smallest choices lead to the biggest consequences. Want to explore more stories like this? Visit twistoffateradio.com. There you can read more details about this story and others like it. Plus, you can submit your own Twist of Fate story to be considered for a future episode. You never know what twist of fate is coming next.